The old timers used to say, do sumo to improve your conventional, and then do conventional to improve your sumo. I remember hearing this years ago. I know Ed Cohen is a voice that often I hear talking about this. I've heard him over the years talk about that. For many, many years now, I thought the sumo was a disgusting lift. I'll be frank with you. I come from a sporting field, basketball, and I've never seen anybody run or jump from a sumo stance. Sumo, I only see sumo wrestlers do sumo. It wasn't until basically Louis Simmons that I started to understand what this actually is. Basically, the reason why I'm doing sumo here is because of this hip issue that I thought was quad/TFL related. The symptom is definitely at the TFL region. It wasn't only a few days ago that I, by accident, felt a spot in my hamstring which directly referred the pain to my hip. So since then, I've been kind of wondering, what the hell is going on, man? Why is my hamstring causing this? So yesterday I started to experiment with the sumo, felt great. Felt really good. So today I've come in and I did 10 sets of 10 with the weight that you see there, 70 kilos. And yesterday I thought throughout the day, what's going on. So basically foot positioning determines what muscles are going to be the primary dancers, essentially. Which ones are going to be doing the most of the work. With the sumo, it's the stance is very wide, and there's a lot of hip external rotation. When your stance is really narrow in a conventional, there's not a lot of external rotation. Sure, you can kind of put the pressure of your foot, put the pressure on the outside of your foot, but that's not much external rotation. With the sumo, my knees are fighting to stay out so the bar can kind of go through. The idea here is to keep your torso as vertical as possible. I'm trying to stretch the hamstring, so that's why you see me kind of bending a whole lot. Maybe I could probably even push my knees out further and get more upright. But this is kind of a weird position that targets kind of the inside, I feel, hamstring. I'm not sure what the name is. I'm yet to kind of work that out. I feel like when I'm doing squats and when I'm doing conventional deadlifts, the outside portion of the hamstrings, like near the glute insertion, I feel like that's worked pretty well. But kind of inside, kind of like I almost feel like it could be also a adductor. Kind of the adductor insertion and kind of like where the inside, medial hamstring kind of inserts. It's kind of that region there. And that gets targeted quite well with the sumo. I think, just as a outside in looking and thinking about the sumo, I think a combination between conventional and sumo is probably best. This is what the old timers say. For me, who squats very narrow, very, very narrow, I basically don't get any love from any other stance. My conventional is narrow, my squat is narrow. Now, I don't like wide stance squats. That just, to me, is an abomination. When I see a Westside barbell squat where they're basically doing splits and they barely get parallel, it really annoys me. I'll be frank with you. I really do not like seeing that. I don't care what the number on the bar is. It's very impressive. I get it. You need to be very strong to squat 1,000. I get all of that. But I've never gone, yes, I aspire to do that. I've never gone, yeah, I want to do that. It just seems not athletic. Now, I can see and I understand. I hear you. Some of you guys who are doing sumo, both deadlift and squat, I hear you. Like, there's a lot of carryover there. If you get your glutes strong in that position, everything conventional, anything narrow is going to be good. You're going to be able to run faster, jump faster, high, all of that stuff. I see it. So it's like a training tool. But for me to kind of make that my primary, I just don't like the sound of that. So I'm definitely in the camp of, I think it's a good exercise. But I would rather do the sumo stancing in the deadlift. I'll try and kind of train this. It is a very, very awkward position for me. I'll be straight up with you. That's 70 kilos, 10 times 10. Like, I feel like the bar is light, but all sorts of things are happening in my hip. Like, it's really, really strange. It almost feels like I'm too nervous to load that position because my body's like, what the hell are you doing, man? Why are your knees so far apart? I almost feel like I could pop a hamstring or a adductor or something like this. So there's going to be a long period there where I'm going to be kind of easing into things. But I can tell you, straight up, the squats felt amazing. I felt more upright. I felt sturdier. I felt stronger. The positioning was really, really easy for me today. I don't know whether that's, I will bet my bottom dollar that this is the Sumo effect. Now, you guys have seen me do conventional deadlifts as a warm-up. Big fan of that as well. But the Sumo, he just does something else. He hits my glutes and hamstrings in a very different way, and also adductors. It calls in all the stuff that I don't usually work. So this is 160. Now, about this is, so what I was feeling here, I was like, okay, moved well, but I really didn't know where the comfortable position of my feet was anymore. Like the Sumo was kind of like making me feel weird. So I started just naturally squatting a little bit wider. And I was really, really unsure about that. So on rack 180 here, I got there and I was like, okay, I'm not all that confident about this. And I just walked it back. I just didn't have the confidence to squat 180. I said to the cameraman, I'm like, man, I'm not, like, this is it. Like, I'm not going to squat 180. He's like, what happened? I'm like, because of the Sumo, my hips just feel weird now. So maybe because my adductors are fried now, maybe because the hamstrings are targeted differently, and I just didn't have the confidence in my legs to safely get 180 up. So I just called it quits there. No ego, no idea of, okay, I need to hit it 180 every day. Nah, man, it's just, I felt the Sumos have fatigued certain muscles in my body that I just feel now I'm not all that confident to load 180. So I just took the weight off the bar, and I just went and did some GHDs. Now with the GHDs, the thought was, how could I mimic a Sumo in a GHD as well? So anyway, I started playing around with the setup that I had. I put an extra pad on the bench over there, moved the whole thing to the right a little bit, and then I started doing really wide GHDs. That kind of hits the glute and the hamstring differently again. Like the whole thing is different. Right now I'm sitting here and my back is really pumped. I can barely sit. That's why I'm kind of shuffling in my chair right now. My lower back is pumped. I feel like even more than when I do conventional GHDs, but it's a different sensation. Right now I'm kind of feeling kind of the upper hamstring, adductor area. So I think it's really beneficial for you to kind of swap your stances up. You're not going to be very strong. Like if you're somebody that's done conventional for a number of years, you're not going to be very strong in the Sumo initially, at least. There's going to be a period where you're going to be kind of feeling things out and working things out, and that's exactly what I'm at. So I hope to do Sumos now every day as a warm-up, just to address the hip, man. I hate being in pain. Like that's one thing. Like I hate being in pain. I feel like all of this last few months that I've kind of experimented with glutes and hamstrings, I've come a long way. But now I'm kind of focusing exactly which part of my hamstring glute I need to target. And I feel like when I do a wide stance, I hit exactly the spot. So I was kind of getting warmer and warmer over the last few months, kind of working out exactly what's causing my hip pain. Now I know it is the hamstring / maybe adductor on the right that I need to hit with lots of blood, lots of reps, lots of frequency. Maybe not so much intensity that can come down the track, but just lots and lots and lots of work. Just to bring that area up and allow me to kind of squat narrowly again. So I've said this in the past, it's really interesting to me. It's really fun, this portion of the training journey where you're kind of sitting back and trying to work out exactly what's going on. As long as you don't have ego, as long as you don't have expectations that you're going to do something at a certain time, you just take it as it comes, work it out as it comes, screw the ego, and just listen to your body and work with your body. It's not an enemy. You don't have to grind it to the ground every single day. So I'm happy today. The Sumos have kind of made me feel happy that I'm kind of going in the right direction. But that's basically it. I'm going to pack up and go to work now, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully tomorrow I feel a little bit better again, and I can get after it again. All right, guys. I'll catch you next one. Peace out.